Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European Indices for Tuesday, July the 6th. And it does appear that the Stoxx 50 and the DAX are in some type of triangle pattern that's probably finished at this point. So for the Stoxx 50 here, there's no change. What we want to see is we want to see support on top of 4,100. And we can look for a bit of a classic trading levels pattern here, just essentially looking for that first high above the level. And then we should be seeing it pushing up from this point. I mean, we've been waiting for these markets to finish their correction so they can push to the upside. Their corrections are very complicated, so that's why we need to revert back to the trading levels to find that nice. We can see the 4-1 is the balance line through this correction here. So after gaining support here, then we'll see it push up from this point. So yeah, buy strength for these, and the DAX is the same as well. So very bit complicated here, but wave 3 here with an A, B, C, D and E here for wave 4, and then pushing up. So we're already triggered in here long. We can also look to add to those positions. We should see this move up to this old high here somewhere, and then pull back and then push up again from that point. So that's all good there. Did I have a look at the 4-hour chart? Still the same, yeah, just a slightly different version here. So the DAX just on the 4-hour chart here, just sort of squashing it in there a bit further, but that can go into there. I could count it more bullishly, like I have done on the FTSE, but for the time being, I'll just leave it like this here for that. So that's the Stoxx and the DAX here. So with the DAX, it's just so this, the 15.6 has been unusually important in this time. Normally I'd use the 50, the 650, and that plays out quite nicely too. And this is where we've gone long here, because the 15.650 is part of group 2, so the 65.72 and the 80 here, the 15.80. But we'd been looking for like support on the 15.6. Normally we use the 15.500 and then go to group 2, but it just seemed to play out quite nicely at the 15.6, so we've used that. But we don't really need that there now, so I'll just take that away, and we can really see the market stretching between these two levels each time here now, so they become more apparent. So the midpoint, the 500, and then group 2 here. So what the market's trying to do, in a way, it hasn't found it here, it's trying to find support on this level, and it's getting these first high above the level, but this is the first time that it's really sort of concentrating in on that 15,650 there, which is very subtle, but it's very important, and it gives us our long trade from that particular point in time. Now, the FTSE has got a slightly different count. I could do the same as the DAX, but I think it counts better this way. With instead of having wave 4 sitting over here for that, we've got it sitting just here with an A and a B and a C wave here. And yeah, I mean, this can be counted as wave 1 here, and it pulls back nicely in 3 waves for wave 2. This here, also here I was looking at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So looking at this wave 1 coming into play here, we don't really need that. What we do need here though is if we take this low, and let's just take it to that high there as a starting point, and that's the 50-60% retracement level area there. So it could pull back to this, and the reason I'm mentioning this is really just to keep the stops out of the way at that point. So we would be looking for a move up and then an A and a B and a C wave coming back here, checking that support and then moving up. It may not pull all the way back down, so just be a bit mindful of that. But it will set up another, this B wave high here will set up another entry here as well. But I can say that we do want to be long on 72 here. So, you know, looking for a classic trading levels pattern on the 72 is what we're looking for to add to the position. So let's just say that it does something like this here and stays quite close to home here before moving up. Then we want to be long on that second high here for that. Just pointing out the two different possibilities here, and maybe a bridge between both of them or whatever. But we've got a position on 71, we want to get a position on 72, and we want to get a position on 73, and then we'll start looking at our targets at 75 up here. Should be the next level. So that's our little sort of game plan with this. So we'll just continue to work this. You normally get it roughly right. It's always a bit difficult to get it spot on. But yeah, so that's the 4-hour chart. This is the hourly chart. So I have rearranged this a little bit as well here on the hourly chart. Like I had this as a green wave 1 here and a green wave 2 here. So I've lifted it up further. But yeah, so we've got 1 and 2 here, and I'm just assuming this is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 in here, and then 5 up here. But quite easily we could also have this as wave 1 and 2 in over here, but I won't go there just yet on this. I'll leave it like this, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and going up for wave 5 here, and then we'd be looking for that ABC that I mentioned here. So a little A wave, a B wave, and a C wave that can pull back down here. So we'll just need to be a bit careful about that. But this will be the good support in through here, this area here. But yeah, so we want to copy that. We want to get support. We want to be adding over here. And you can also add, let's just say that this plays out here, okay? Just humor me for a moment. If it does play out like this, probably won't, because the US markets are quite bullish and this one's lagging, so it really needs to move along. But if that's the case, we can look at being long over here for that again as well. Or you could even draw a line through here, depending on how much you've already got in the market and so on. We're still going to keep the stop out of the way until number 2 here, the 72, becomes the support. Then we can bring it up into this space here. And then when the 73 becomes the support, then we can bring it up further. So yeah, but we'll be looking to add on top of 73, of course, and heading higher from that point. So going into a longer term trade here for this. So that just about covers it, really. Yeah, we're edging in there. We're getting it. You know, we've had a bit of a hard time with this DAX correction here, but as you can see, it's very choppy. But the takeaways here is that it is corrective, bullish corrective. We will be moving up, and it does appear that it's you know, lagging the US markets. This is an hourly chart here, so when we look at the Nasdaq, for instance, you know, it's just been powering along, you know, so there'll be that catch up phase coming. So hopefully that will be in this area over here, and we'll already have, you know, 3 or 4 positions in this space here for this. So all looking quite good. You know, there's leaders and there's followers, and the followers are safer trades. They just don't range as much, that's all. But this looks like what we're looking at the moment, the laggers. Okay, alrighty. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.